But if you guys are watching us on all around the world, I know that there's a lot of people that sit overseas in other countries, Byron, that watch us as well. So we welcome everybody wherever you are in the world watching this production here. The final round of the Wingfield Motors Power Series for the 2023 calendar year.
Yeah, the internet is a global community, and thankfully we can reach the far ends of the earth. This little race meeting, wink wink, at Killarney.
Well, I tell you what, we've had some big names in motorsport that's come down here to Killarney and say this is a little gem that is lying down here in Cape Town under good old Table Mountain. And we've had some serious international drivers that have said what a lovely racetrack. They never even knew about it, and being here they say it is, and I repeat, it's a gem that we've got here in Cape Town. And we are now also part of the Historical Society. We've got the Blue Dot, and that's lovely and awesome to have City of Cape Town aboard as well at the Killarney International Raceway.
Down the back straight, they'll then run behind the safety car, and this is their warm-up lap. A rolling start will be in the near future once that Renault turns into the pit lane.
Right, so the safety car will work its way out of turn 5, out of Fostron corner, and then it will disappear into the pit lane. And we'll have a look and see when they come out R5. The safety car peels off into the pit lane, so it is now in the hands of Clint Renard that sits there in pole position. He's got the Daniel Kutsia there on his outside as they roll towards the Castrol and City of Cape Town Wingfield Motors Bridge. The lights in pit lane is on. All 5 lights are on. All 5 lights go off, and away we go as they drop the hammers and work their way down into turn number 1. It is Clint Renard. There's a pit lane starter. That is Charles Visser. That's a pit lane starter in the Polo Super Cup car. But it's all about Daniel Kutsia that makes his way into Castrol corner. Kutsia sitting out there in P1. He's got Renard in second. Internaus is there in that third place, followed there by Barcy Berger. Jess Huggett's on the case of Barcy Berger. Paul Minnick slides through up on the inside of Chiara van Niekerk, followed there by Gary Smith. That's that first group of cars through the King, Byron, as they work their way through turn 3, Interceptor Shuwe.
Interceptor corner coming right up to the back of Paul Minnick. There was Chiara van Niekerk onto the straight now between 3 and 4. We go for the first time in this Clubman's race. All of these cars going through the double apex right-handed saddle sweep. Down the straight we go then now. And right towards the turn 5 section to come towards the end of this very first lap of the race.
Right, Cedric Berger sits in there as well in that fight as they race down towards a turn 5 into Fostron corner. Have a look at those cars coming through Fostron. Minnick is in your screen there. There is Gary Smith in your screen as well as they race across the line. Heading into turn number 1. It's nose to tail, all these cars racing down into turn number 1. And out of holes they come. It's Daniel Kutsia that sits out there in P1. He has got Clint Renard in that second position, followed there by Oliver Hintenhuis. Then it's a bit of a gap before we see Barcy Berger and Jess Huggett as they work their way into turn number 2, and that is the first 5 cars out of Castrol corner.
Well, Gary Smith in turn 2 now. Frankie was all over the back of Chiara van Niekerk. She comes in now towards the back of Paul Minnick.
Yeah, that group that you see coming through there now, that's been led there by Paul Minnick. Behind Paul Minnick through the King towards Interceptors, Chiara van Niekerk. Then we've got Gary Smith, and look at Charles Visser from Stone Last. Visser sits there just behind Smith and ahead of Cedric Berger. Wow, he came from absolutely nowhere, followed there by Ogan Gasper as that group works its way out of turn 4, out of saddle sweep.
Yeah, down the back straight though, Frankie, everything is a little bit more spaced out as far as things are concerned. The big battle, there comes Charles Visser now, coming past Chiara van Niekerk on the back straight, past Paul Minnick as well. There's nothing holding the man back in that Polo Super Cup car, and he'll go into turn 5. But Chiara van Niekerk's also going to make a move, Frankie, into turn 5.
Or she locks up, right? She gets ahead and stays ahead of Minnick, who stays ahead there of Gary Smith. But that was a suicidal move there by van Niekerk. And that worked awesomely for Chiara van Niekerk. She's got Minnick and Smith behind her, followed there by Burger and Gaspé as they work their way into turn number 1.
And 12 is Dexter Bruce at the moment,
yes.
Frankie. And that is, of course, the 143 car. Looking at far as things are concerned, he's 3rd in Class X at the moment.
Well done there to Dex, our man that is involved in the rallycross. He is the last car that's making its way into Castrol Corner, that white BMW, but picking up the group now that's working its way into turn number 4. Out of turn 4 they come. This should be the leading group. It is a leading group going down the back main. Daniel Coetzee from Clint Renard, from Oliver Hintenhuis, from Barcy Burger, from Jess Huggett. Down the back main they go. Then it's a bit of a gap before we see Charles Visser. And Visser is not too far behind Jess Huggett as they work their way into Fastron, into 5.
No surprise, the fastest lap for him as well, for Charles Visser, Frankie, a 1:21.489. If I look at the 1:22.131 of Daniel Coetzee at the moment, they make their way down the backstretch. Chiara van Niekerk, though, a little further down, battling it out for Class C. She's ahead of Paul Minnick's Class B car, the only Class B car there in the top, and then that's still ahead of Smith and Burger at this present moment in time. Yeah, they come onto the main straight now, towards the line, and cross the line they do, and run it. So Chiara van Niekerk going defensive into turn 1, and on the outside that bronze Golf of Paul Minnick.
But we've got to go to turn 2. We've got to get the cameras on turn 2. It's a lovely fight. Oh, there was slight contact there between Oliver Hintenhuis and Clint Renard, but no harm done as they worked their way through Interceptor Corner. They were very tight at the exit of Castrol Corner. They're still sitting 1st, 2nd and 3rd with Barcy Burger, followed by Jess Huggett and Charles Visser. But now working its way into turn 3 is this other little battle that's been led there by Chiara van Niekerk. Behind van Niekerk, we've got Paul Minnick. Behind Minnick is Gary Smith, followed there by Cedric Burger and Augen Gaspé. And not far behind them is the BMW of Dexter Bruce as they work their way into turn 4.
Somebody off in 5. There's somebody going off. That is Hintenhuis. Hintenhuis is in the dirt at turn 5. That's now going to allow everybody up. Burger, Huggett and Visser all up. Visser 3.5 seconds off of Huggett at the moment.
Yeah, but as this group of cars work its way to turn, look is there behind Huggett. That's Visser. Charles Visser, that's in Class X. With the Super Cup car, sits right on the case of Jess Huggett as they work their way out of holes. So the leading group, as you see, Jess Huggett hanging in there to try and keep Visser at bay. It's not going to happen. Going into turn 2 Castrol, it is Charles Visser that gets his nose head there of the Jetta of Huggett as the leaders work their way through turn 3 Interceptor Chouet.
Well, I don't think all is well for Clint Renard as well. He has a little bit of issue. He's actually handling issues here, looks like it, through some of the turns, and we'll keep an eye out on that. He still holds 2nd at the present moment, and Burger will be 1.3 seconds off of him as they go through turn 4, double epics right-hander, as we always say, the sweep, saddle sweep. Meanwhile, Visser is ahead of Huggett now and in pursuit of Burger, but Huggett, try as he may, tries to keep right on the back of that Visser Super Polo.
Right, so where are the leaders? They should be coming out of turn number 5. Yeah, they're coming out of turn 5, coming down towards us. I'll pick them up on the screen as well as they work their way into turn number 1. That is Daniel Coetzee from Clint Renard, from Barcy Burger, from Charles Visser and Jess Huggett as that group works its way out of turn 1, out of holes. That's that shot that you see on screen at home coming out of holes.
Oh, a blown motor here, Frankie.
That's the leader. That's the leader, Daniel could see her. That's a massive blow up and a massive seize. Well picked up there as they go into turn 2. Well spotted there, Byron.
Oh, that seized up big time there. That's why the back end stepped out, Frankie, and there'll be yellow flags in that section, and the car will be on the side of the circuit, and well, his heart will be in his mouth, Frankie.
Well, I can say as we watch the race, the driver's climbing out the car. That's Daniel Kutsia, so the driver's fine, but there could be a possibility of oil on the circuit. However, let's have a look at this fight going down the back main. That's the lead battle. Down the back main they go. That means that Clint Renard is back in the lead again. Charles Visser is in that second position. He's Charles Visser from Barcy Burger and Jess Huggett. So that's the first 4 cars overall working their way out of a turn 5 out of Fostron corner. They will be followed there by Oliver Hintenhouse as we have a look at this group of cars working its way into turn number 1 with 2 more laps to go. And Charles Visser, 120.641, is the fastest man out there.
Well, that Clint Renard car, Frankie, is going to be overtaken now, but that whole body, the whole wheel alignment is so skew there on that machine, and he's still doing a massive job to keep it ahead there of Charles Visser on the outside. Hopefully no oil has been dropped down there at this time, but he still does a great job. That's Clint Renard in turn 2 at the moment. Look at him, what a legend.
Well, I'll tell you what, as they come out of turn 2, Jess Huggett is crowding the back end of the Barcy Burger Golf as they make their way through the kink. Here they come onto the screen now, through the kink. That's Huggett all over the back of Barcy Burger. Huggett's got the inside line, and Huggett makes a move stick there on Barcy Burger, coming out of Interceptor Shoewear corner, turn 3.
But Clint Renard, look at this man. He's been around for many years, Frankie. He's got a car that is not looking great at the moment, but he's doing his utmost to keep it ahead of a brand new Super Polo going towards the line, towards turn 5, Frankie. This means that there is only going to be the next lap left after this one.
Well, we'll have a look and see when those 2 cars come out of Fostron corner. Let's have a look and see if that car is indeed crabbing. That one of... no, it's crabbing big time. It's crabbing heavily as they race down into turn number 1. So not all well with that car. It's got a heavy crab as it races down towards turn 1 for the final lap.
But never count a crab out, Frankie, I can tell you that much, because he's going to fight tooth and nail and pincers and all, because he comes up now towards turn 2. But I'm afraid to say it's a foregone conclusion here as Charles Visser heads up into the lead of this race as they are lapping cars towards the tail of the field.
Right, this group making its way through the kink now, and Clint Renard slowed down a bit, I noticed, but he's back up on pace again. There's no ways he's going to hang around. He's battling out there, that's for sure. He's Clint. Jess Huggett could even catch up to him as they make their way into turn 4. Through turn 4 they come now. Down the back straight they go. You're not going to catch Charles Visser as he works his way down the back main. He's going to pick up a back marker. He's going to pick up Azar Davids as he works his way into a Fostron corner. This is the last lap in for this race. Jess Huggett has gone up into second. Yes, Renard is really battling there. Huggett's gone up to second. The checkered flag is out, and it's going to be Charles Visser in the Super Cup car that comes over in P1. Jess Huggett will finish in that second position across the line, and Clint Renard will limp home in third place in a car that is crabbing very, very, very badly.
Yeah, but look at that, a valiant effort nonetheless, Frankie, and gets it home, gets it up in the top 3, and here comes
Oliver Hintenhouse.
There we go, but yeah, Oliver Hintenhouse.
And he's the winner of Class X, Ollie Winterhouse, and coming towards us now, this should be Gary Smith. Yep, Gary Smith will cross the line just ahead there of Kiara van Niekerk, followed by Paul Minnick.
Where's
Barcy Burger sloping right
there
down. He goes into pits as Ogan Gaspar in the BMW Silver Dream machine, or Silver Dream Racer as I like to call it, finishes his race in that BMW. Few more cars still working their way out of Fostron corner, turn 5 towards the flag. Is this Mr. Dexter Bruce?
Top
and
10.
It is. Well done, Dex. Well done to our man from Rallycross. And here comes Andre van der Merwe in that block of flats. And he'll get to the flag just ahead there of Charles Opperman and Evert de Toy. And right behind de Toy will be John de Silva.
Yeah, Zahir Phillips will come across the line here as he did in car number 107. And then it's Olin that comes across the line now, number 36, Class X runner. That will actually be fourth in Class X. Faisal Jacobs gingerly trundling across the line in that four-wheel drive Impreza.
Yeah, I want to say big thanks to Faisal. Well, he won't hear us now, but if he watches the stream, he'll hear it. A big thanks to Faisal Jacobs, allowing some of the KPL driver Ninja Midgets to do a display there by